Hi guys, Koi Beans here. I don't know about you, but don't you just love it when a company comes out with a new game to a pre-existing franchise that's been over 15 years since we've waited for the last one to only come out with an early access that's a joke of an excuse to tell you should be excited for the new game? Cause I know I do!
Welcome to my honest take on Skate.
This unprofessional video has been made for entertainment purposes only. Please enjoy it.
Alright, so since it's been a minute since I've last played, upon my arrival back to the game, we are met with this.
Welcome to the Winter Rolstice. Happy Rolstice, skaters! Sandvan's annual winter celebration is here, along with a host of new coolness. Explore 3 fresh community parks custom-made to live out your snow skate fantasies in the temperate Sandvan. New weekly event challenges across each park, along with the weekly event tasks. And even some mysteries to be solved at the community. We'll keep things spicy in the cold weather. There are several ways to collect snowflakes, logging in every day. Rolstice-specific challenges and tasks. Spend them in the Rolstice shop to deck the halls and yourself in holiday cheer. Completing all 4 of the weekly tasks will grant you a unique reward, but only if you finish every weekly task across the duration of the winter solstice. Get out there and hit the pavement if you want that ugly sweater fit.
I just hopped on to get some clips for this game, for this video, and I'm already getting warned.
What the hell? Oh my god!
Oh, Skate. September 16th of last year, it was made available for early access.
Okay. And I know some of you might be saying,
Oh, come on, dude. The game's not even fully out yet. This is just early access. The game's not actually supposed to be out until maybe about a year after from the early access date.
And to that, I say, alright, then you're gonna get
the early access, to my opinion.
Cause I mean, come on, seriously. What happened? Look, the first month or so of it being out was actually pretty fun. You know, it was new, it was different. It's, you know, get your friends together. We could go cruise to this new place called San Van, man. But, as always, EA knows what's best for us.
Alright, gentlemen, so first things first, we need to give them a convoluted battle pass. Oh, and also we need to make sure that there's consistently like 3 to 4 currencies available at all times for players to earn / not really earn, but more like spend to actually get, because we don't really have all that many missions to give you said currencies. Oh, and about that battle pass, I'm gonna need you to make sure a good 75 to 85% of items in said battle pass are not desirable items. I mean not desirable items, but they have to spend the currency in order to unlock the next page, so they're gonna be stuck with it.
So let's start there. I genuinely think this is where they lost a lot of their player base. And it's not the fact that they have a battle pass per se, it's the fact of how much attention gets put into the battle pass, to the different currencies, as opposed to the mechanics, the physics, the overall playability of the game. Because I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but it was around October, November time period. The game just didn't feel right. All my other friends that were playing this game with me at that time, they all said the same thing. It just started to feel off. You know, half your ollies and half your kick flips weren't getting picked up by the controller. The grinding mechanics started to feel different and or more buggy than when the game first came out. And all of our favorites, which is this new skate game that advertises you to play with your friends and do this all with your friends, only for the multiplayer to be broken. Now, there's a lot of other stuff here that we're about to get to, but I do feel like that battle pass and the currencies, I bring that up as much as I have already because I feel like that showed a lot of us players from the very beginning in your early access where their vision is for this game and how they want this to actually go and progress throughout its life.
Oh, but dude, the game is free. Shut up. What are you talking about? Like, why are you even complaining this much?
Yeah, it is a free game. Honestly, if the game was fully released and it was a free game, and then there were microtransactions inside of it, that wouldn't really bug me as much as what it would be for this to be early access, and the amount of time, dedication, and effort they've put into the different seasons, battle passes, and currencies. It does not give me hope for when the game fully releases, and that there's going to be more content. Like, as of right now, it's February, and we still don't have Brick Switch available. And I can only speak for myself, but it is a big worry of mine to see this now in its early access state, before we even get to when the game is fully out yet. And hey, for what it's worth, the rip chips and then using rip chips to unlock loot boxes for different towns that you're in, That didn't bother me, to be honest with you. It's just that all the microtransactions they have in such an early state of the game, I don't know, it's just, I'm a chronic MMORPG player. Like, I come from a place where this is normal, okay? This is a skate game! And that's why I wanted to start the video the way I did, and show you guys that, look, I get on here to get some footage after months of not playing, and I'm just greeted with this. You know, especially the completing all 4 of the weekly tasks will grant you a unique reward, but only if you finish every weekly task across the duration of the winter solstice. It's like, yo, if I'm gonna go grind out tasks and missions on a game, it's not gonna be on this one. Cause I don't know about y'all, but personally this was just gonna be my game to hop on, skate around. You know, maybe there's some achievements and whatnot. This is different. Let's move on.
Alright, you funky bunch. Since I ain't no grifter, why don't we move on to the next segment? I present you the somewhat okay-ish, good-ish things they've done.
Now sure, compared to some of you, this might not be much, but I still put 60 hours into this game, so I can't just only say bad things about it. And right off the rip, I will mention, with friends, at the very minimum, you guys are at least going to be laughing. So let's start there. Hey, gotta admit, having the large lobbies that fit up to 150 people is pretty cool. You know, riding around, sometimes you'll see a whole bunch of people gathered at one spot, so you go meet up and see what's going on over there. That is pretty cool. Even though everybody's doing the same jump from the same spot, to see everybody executing it different, I don't know, that's the fun. 9 times out of 10, sure, people are just jumping off the tallest building, but hey, I guess that brings us to our next point. I'm really trying to stay away from comparing it to Skate 3 in any way, shape, or form, but for this I will say this is definitely more vertical in terms of map design. Yeah, and we were launching ourselves off stuff on Skate 3. I'm not saying we weren't doing that. It's just like, it wasn't just a condensed city. There was, you know, wide open skate parks, not in the city. Like, hey, whoa, hey. Aren't we in the positive section in this video?
No, we're in the somewhat okay-ish, good-ish things they've done. Part of the video.
Alright, fair enough. So, it's definitely more vertical. I mean, they added parkour, which, it's okay-ish. I mean, it can be funny at times, but 9 times out of 10 I find myself climbing skyscrapers just to get to a mission up at the very top or a teleports location. And it's just, I don't know, a waste of time. Where it makes up for, though, is honestly the hilarity it can bring at times. That and the ragdoll physics in general have genuinely brought me to tears at times.
What the hell?
I mean, I guess that's good. It has nothing to do with skating, but it's in their game. Anyway, yeah, so if you get up to the top eventually of these places, there are some actual fun jumps, I will say. There's some pretty fun jumps. They also got the stunt missions, which honestly they're pretty cool too. But it ain't no Hall of Me.
This program is definitely not sponsored by Impervatech. We'll break your ego, but your bones won't.
Bro, what are we doing? In lieu of getting footage for this game, beginning of February time period here is when I hop back on. I have to say, like, when the game works and everything feels smooth, it's not buggy, it just shows there's some sort of like, I don't know, maybe call me an optimist, but the game isn't also out yet, right? It is early access, so at least it's good to see that there has been a progression, you know. Because I'll tell you, before the end of last year, it was almost unplayable. I mean, every game that I would get in, it would crash. Every time I wanted to play with my friends, it inevitably would crash. In that aspect, I have not checked. Hopefully that's been fixed since, you know, months ago. Because, yeah, multiplayer not working was a real issue. And it felt like it was happening all the time. Anyway, there's still times, though, like I was saying, that if the game's running smoothly, it just feels great. And maybe I needed to take a break. Maybe I needed to step away because it is early access and it's this, you know, it's just this one map. I know we're all looking to see what's going to be built on the other side of that bridge there, and hopefully that's going to be more horizontal. If so, I feel like that would make San Van more attractive, right? You have your vertical style, you have your horizontal style. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see because I don't want to get my hopes up, you know.
I mean, we still don't have Brick Switch.
Hey, have you ever taken notice to how little skate brands are actually in the skate game? Because I have. So why don't we do a totally non-sarcastic montage of all the really dope gear we have? Yeah, I guess this was more of an issue when the game was first released, but like, yeah, it just felt like there wasn't really any cosmetics that skaters would wear. And sure, you got like 4 or 5 pairs of jeans and whatnot, but like, why is it that there's 10 crop tops to every one t-shirt? Like, I don't know. The deck, the trucks, the wheels, well, maybe not the wheels, but I feel like they were okay. I don't know. I just wish this game overall aesthetically was a bit grittier. Maybe that's just my personal preference. Let me know down below what you guys think, but I feel like this is more of a bubblegum skate, if that makes any sense. Now, yoinking this footage, I did see that they added some Santa Cruz stuff, which is pretty cool. I mean, we already had Thrasher. It's cool to see Santa Cruz now. They're getting a little bit more van stuff. So, hey, I don't know. That might be a good sign. Because in the very beginning, we had virtually nothing. Now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, because we all know what things EA has done to some of their games, or I guess lack thereof. If you know, you know. Now, once again, I know it's early access, but I don't know, it's not looking too good. I want them to do well, though. Truthfully, I do. I jokes aside, like I said, when the game works and you can kind of put all the other stuff we talked about to the side and just like, I don't know, hop on for maybe an hour or two and just skate. I think that's what I'll end up finding myself doing is that, you know. I'll check in every once in a while to see how things have gone, things have progressed. Another thing I forgot to mention too is, honestly, there's some missions on here that are pretty difficult. Like, they're not all easy missions, so I definitely appreciate the challenge that some of these have to offer. Now, also too, there's some that are difficult and buggy, and those are just no fun. That's frustrating, and hopefully those get cleaned up, you know, as the game progresses. Oh, and total sidebar, but I have to say, the whole concept with walking up to vehicles and different speakers that play music, and you grabbing the music and learning different radio stations, I thought that was pretty cool. There were some songs that were interesting choices for the game, a good bit of them, but also I found myself enjoying some new music I haven't heard of before. So I got to give them a little bit of props on that, even though that has absolutely nothing to do with skating, but hey, here we are. Alright, so let's wrap this up here. There's a couple things I want to bring up real quickly. You know, I kind of mentioned it before that we don't have Hall of Meat, even though that was one of our favorite game modes to play in the Skate series.
But what do we know? What do we know, dude? We just play the game. That's all. We don't know anything. The other thing that drives me crazy is V and her stupid voice lines. If I have to hear banging out another hard one more time, she's already turned off at this point, but it's lazy. It feels lazy. It feels lame, dude. At the end of the day, this game has now turned into a grindy type of game as opposed to a game that you hop onto to skate and grind. You got to get all the tasks done. You got to get the weeklies done. You got to get the different currencies to be able to actually unlock stuff. It's like, what are we doing? Woosah. Guys, this turned out more negatively than I thought it would. Look, hey, it's not my fault. I'm here to be honest. I'm here to try to make light of these situations. Don't get me wrong, yo. I'm really upset about how this game turned out. I mean, it's not whatever, early access. I'm upset with how the early access came out because it's not getting me excited for when the game's actually supposed to be out. If anything, I'm just more concerned. The numbers speak for themselves too on that, and how many people even play this anymore. And no diss if you still play the game. I'm still gonna hop on. I'm still gonna hop on every now and then, maybe once a month, and I'm gonna check to see, you know, what's going on, where have they progressed, because I really did like the Skate series growing up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you had fun with it at the least. I'm sorry if I made you mad. It just reminded you guys of the things that might have bugged you, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. What was it that turned you away from the game? Or hey, if you're here to defend it, let me know. What is it that maybe I'm missing out on and a lot of other people are missing out on too, that we're not seeing that the game's showing us? Let me know. But I am curious because, like I said, I had a lot of buddies who've all said the same thing about this game, which really prompted me to want to make this video. Because I gotta say something. This is bad. This is just sad. It's sad, bad, and it makes me mad. That's what we're going with. That right there. If that could sum it up right here. Our final score is sad, bad, and it makes me mad. Who knows? There's probably gonna be another video down the road, way down the road here of this game. Because I'm curious. Like I said, I am curious to see what they're gonna do with this. Are we gonna be heard? Are they gonna fix everything that we don't like? I doubt it. But who knows? Whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Here we are, right? But yeah, guys, I appreciate you checking out this video. As always, thanks for coming by. If you haven't yet, feel free to check out the first video I uploaded to the channel, just a little introduction. Still brand new to this, so there's a lot of learning I'm doing on the way here. So because of how, you know, this video turned out, we're gonna take it a little bit. We're gonna go a little bit of a different direction here on the next one. I have a game that I want to do another video like this for, except it did very well, and it's still doing well. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's gonna be a lot more fun than pointing out frustrations in EA and their games that they release. So it's just a different energy I get to bring, since it's something I really enjoy and, you know, have triple the amount of time on as opposed to Skate. I don't know how I put myself through 60 hours of that. I really don't. And I'm still gonna put myself through more. They got me. They got me. Oh no. Oh no. Well, like I said, guys, I do appreciate you checking out this video. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, day, night, wherever you're at with it, and I will catch you in the next one. Take 'em out, J-Rock!
A little era, peace.